Hello, YouTube. Guess who I brought with me? Via magic, of course, because I'm that cool. This is the Disney Mermaid, and this is my cousin, who doesn't have a name.
Oh. Ouch!
What name would you like to go by? We'll just call you...
The Disney.
Well, see, your brother has a name, but I never gave you a name.
Wow, I'm hurt.
Well,
my brother
I
over
never
me.
see, like, I talked about him because of our Nala Simba story, and that's it, so I had to give him a name for that.
Oh.
Yeah, he would always be
okay.
Nala, and I would be Simba, and it was are you serious?
Gotcha.
Like, you're the boy. As a young girl, I never understood. But anyway, so I had him in a story once, and I had to use a fake name, but I never actually ever talked about you.
I feel loved.
Do you want to go by your name?
I can go by Catie.
Okay, this is
So
Catie.
majestic.
Catie!
The Disney
We are here today to talk about Into the Woods, which we saw on Monday.
This is Wednesday.
That was a movie day. We saw the Barbie movie, and then we saw Into the Woods, and we watched Peter Pan Live, and it was like movie crazy. And then we watched Life in the Dream House.
And then we watched Broadway.
That was great.
We started
crazy.
Broadway Into the Woods too.
Yeah, so
yeah,
we just watched
Broadway.
movies from like 10 in the morning to 2 in the morning.
We have no life.
Yeah. Okay, so Into the Woods.
I would like to formally apologize for my voice right now. Just so you know. Okay, Into the Woods.
Into the Woods. So
Into the Woods.
Katie
house.
Katie had never
Grandmother's
even
house.
heard of Into the Woods
Yeah.
until we like dragged her to it.
Yeah.
I have heard a little bit about the Broadway musical, so I'm a little bit informed about that. And
I just fell in love with the trailers.
And TDM here.
I just fell in love with the trailers. So.
She just
I like-
knows it through me,
I like
but doesn't know the
fairy tales.
Broadway. So we have different levels of familiarity with this movie. So let's start from the top. What do you guys think of the acting?
Oh, it was really good. They had a lot of like major actors.
I like the
in there.
singing. The
Yes,
voices
the singing
were
was
beautiful.
phenomenal.
Yeah. They had a lot of great actors in it too, like Chris Pine, the little boy from Les Mis. Stop laughing at my voice. Meryl Streep, Johnny Depp, Anna Kendrick. Stop talking now.
Seriously. Almost everybody in the movie, other than like the minor characters, like, you know, extras, obviously, they were all like big. Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't know who the prince's brother was, Rapunzel's
But
prince.
he was really cute.
He was really cute.
And
That's all
good
that
at
matters.
singing.
So
That's all that matters. He's a prince. He's got to be good looking.
Oh, speaking of the princes, we love the song Agony a
Yes.
lot.
Oh yeah,
we were
we've been singing it like the last few days.
Agony, far more greater than yours.
It's painful.
Oh, whatever.
We're gonna have big Into the Woods fans watching this. They're gonna be like, oh, that little girl over there.
I've seen it once. I've seen the beginning of the musical that didn't have that song in it. So give me a break. I'm learning the
No,
words.
we
you
loved
guys.
it. We loved it, especially when they like
Ripped off their.
Yeah, there's this one part where the
Showed
one
their
prince like
beautiful
opens
chest.
his shirt and it's
she was
totally.
falling over Chris Pine.
And Chris Pine, I was just like, oh, Chris Pine.
That shit.
And I was like, I still love you. Come
We
on,
had
beautiful
Chris
for that.
Pine. We had Anna Kendrick, who was also really good.
She was.
I
really-
liked that take
I
on
was a
Cinderella.
little nervous because I mean I knew she was a good singer, but like musicals usually are like different than like
Yes.
movie songs. So I was like, I wonder how well she'll do, but she did a really good job.
She did.
Then there was Jack.
Yes,
forget the
Jack.
actor's name.
His name
He's
is
so cute.
Daniel Hutting.
I thought it was Hathro.
His name is definitely Daniel.
He's really
he
good.
was in
was
Les Mis.
Gavroche in Les Mis. And
Oh, she did so good
He was really
on,
good.
so-
He was really good.
Yeah.
He was really good.
His beautiful.
I liked his giants in the sky.
Yeah, and his
Oh, yeah,
accent
that's
just like
good.
enhanced his part. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
it just fit really in. Like even though none of the other people were British.
The only
Yeah.
problem I had with him was like like all the other characters, they were their character. I didn't see Anna Kendrick, I saw Cinderella, but for him I kept seeing Gavroche just grown
Oh,
up.
really?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah,
he
I can
sang,
see
I
that.
was like, oh, Gavroche is like alive again.
I don't say that wrong.
Gavroche.
I think it's
Gavroche.
Gavroche.
I thought it was Gavroche.
In the movie
I'm
they
trying to
say
be
Och.
French, which is not, that's like Scottish. Okay.
Yeah, that was a weird accent.
Oh, well, the girl who played Rapunzel, interesting fact,
Well, she was gorgeous.
She auditioned to be Cosette in Les Mis, speaking of Les Mis.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
she's
I think she
kind of
would've
an
made a good
unknown, but she's kind of known too.
She was really good.
She was really good. It was really short. There wasn't enough of her. She
Yeah.
was really pretty. Johnny Depp.
He needed a bigger part.
He
I'm
did.
sorry. I
Yeah,
was
he was gone
expecting
too
him
quickly,
to
but
come
I
back
mean-
to life or something.
I was just waiting for him to
I
come
was
back
like, you
and-
need to come back to me.
His
and then
makeup is
join
great.
them and help them
Yeah.
and everything. I was
I
just
have
waiting
to
for them to
admit-
turn nice. And
Yeah.
And then at the very end, but Meryl
No,
Streep.
wait, but
Oh,
on
yeah.
Johnny
Meryl Streep
Depp,
was best.
his costume. Like, he always has these amazing parts with these crazy costumes, and so when, in the trailers, when you just see his, like, paw, or whatever,
Lone Ranger, anyone?
when you just see his paw or anything, like, I was like, oh, it's gonna be such an amazing wolf costume, he's gonna look so freaky and stuff. And it was good, it just wasn't as good as I was expecting.
TDM here is sort of a fashion designer,
Yeah.
so she
The costume's
was
really good.
kind of a good. She knows about the costumes and
But,
stuff.
I
thought
mean,
the
it was a
costumes
good
were all
costume, it just, I was expecting it to be more freaky, because he's
more
Johnny Depp.
dramatic.
Yeah, because he's Johnny
Mhm.
Depp, so he's always, like, really dramatic. I mean, like, Mad Hatter, Pirates of the Caribbean, Lone Ranger. Like, he always has, like, these
I think-
crazy...
but-
and it was a good costume, but it just wasn't as crazy as I wanted it
It
to
wasn't
be,
as
so.
great as the others, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess what you're saying.
But it was
It
still
was
good.
definitely toned down in terms of.
Broadway.
Oh well, let's
Oh.
see. James Corden and Emily
That just reminded me
Blunt.
of the feet. Cinderella stepsisters.
Oh, that's
Oh,
like
disturbed
yeah.
me.
the feet.
Yeah, that was
Johnny
Oh.
Depp's feet.
No, no, no,
That
no. When
was-
you said tone down,
that
they
was
didn't turn.
gross.
They didn't tone that
See,
part down.
Alright, so just so you know, like Into the Woods, like it takes the darker original fairy tales and kind of plays with that, but it's definitely very close to the original in that you have like the blood and you know, like you know, like for
Disturbing.
example,
Not kid friendly.
yeah, Snow White's mom danced in red hot
Wait.
shoes and died. That's not in the movie, but that's like the original fairy tale.
Question:
so-
in the original Cinderella fairy tale, is it
Kept
3
that.
nights?
yes.
Oh.
So it definitely is true. The original
Learn something
story
new.
is
So she
big
ran away.
twist.
So that's an actual thing.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
wasn't just for the movie.
No, you can use your name. We can't use your name, so it's kind of confusing. Katie said it's definitely not for kids. Don't expect just because it's Disney and it has Cinderella and you know
Rapunzel.
Red Riding Hood. It's for kids. No, it's not. It's I would not take your kids to this.
Speaking of which, Red Riding Hood was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
She
such
was
a
really
young
good.
girl, she had a really great voice.
Lila Crawford played Annie on Broadway, and she was an unknown. They just discovered her, and they gave her the part.
She was
like,
unknown. She was known in Broadway.
I don't think she was. I think they did like a big search to find the perfect Annie and just found her in a middle school or something.
Oh.
Pretty sure that's what happened.
Oh,
So
that'd be
it,
cool.
it makes you wonder, like, what is my
I
life?
want to be found.
I'm waiting.
I'm ready, guys.
I'm right here. Okay, come find me.
You know, like make a big sign. Here I am. Find me. SOS.
Anyway, she was amazing. Really cute. I love the opening part where she was eating all the food and it was like, it's for my grandmother, taking on these treats.
Yeah.
But speaking of the bakers, James Corden and his wife, played by Emily Blunt, were very good.
Another question.
yeah.
Is that based off a fairy tale, or is that the only part that wasn't?
I think that is sort of like the part that was just,
that's just
them.
the added part that, like, brings it all together.
yeah.
Okay,
Ah,
cool.
It did bring it all together.
Well, I mean,
Did
there's
bring it all.
elements of it, 'cause obviously the witch, the Rapunzel, and like the garden, but that was sort of Rapunzel's story,
Yeah.
and then he was like an
Okay,
added
in the
thing,
Broadway.
so I think that's pretty different.
Back to the Broadway. In the movie,
which we haven't finished.
in the
yet, we're finishing
Broadway,
it.
when
Yeah.
the bakers
We're
and
finishing that today.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have to.
So it'll be awkward because we'll be like, we haven't watched it yet, but we're going to watch it.
But in the Broadway part, when he's in the woods and they hear the singing, she says, "Oh, my Rapunzel." So she kind of gives away, like, "Oh, your sister's
Yeah,
Rapunzel," and she's singing
different.
somewhere in the woods. Where in the movie they didn't do that, which I think is better because she didn't want to tell the baker where Rapunzel was.
Well, he didn't know who Rapunzel was. Remember that.
But he knew that she took
yeah.
his sister. So when she's like, "Oh, my Rapunzel's," hear her singing. I'm like, "Well, okay, that's your
Yeah.
sister. Go find her." Like,
yeah, that does ruin it. That's what I liked in the movie when she was just like, well, one, she was like, shoot, she's singing, like she should stop singing.
Yeah.
And two, she was also like, there was a hint of like pride,
yes,
like
yes.
Burnett Peters had.
I thought they did that better in the movie.
Well, speaking of the witch, though, I mean, we haven't really seen much of the Broadway,
Yeah.
but what do you guys think of Meryl Streep versus the original witch, Bernadette Peters?
It's definitely a lot of
Meryl
difference in my mind. Meryl
Yeah.
Streep was really good.
I think
She's
Meryl Streep and Emily Blunt as the baker's wife were my two favorite performances in this movie. But I do love Bernadette Peters just because she's...
Princess?
Not the princes. Come on, Molly.
Well, I
Let's
mean, they
be
were so
honest.
short and, like, you know, like, there wasn't... I mean, not that I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm not... Okay. It was just, like, they weren't in there very much, and... their only goal was to get the girls. Like, they were great, but, like, in terms of, like, an all well-rounded performance. Emily Blunt was
Okay,
really
what
good.
about like the
And
baker?
Streep, too. He was good too, but I just thought Emily Blunt was really good in terms of like, well, one, she's not a singer. She took all these other people can actually sing, not her. So she took,
really?
I mean, she sang, but she took lessons, so she's like the underdog.
Good for her.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, wow. Now
Yeah.
I like her so much.
Yeah.
So you know, everyone else has musical experience, and she's like,
So did they just
"Already
pick her
over here in the back
because
seat."
they liked her as like her acting part?
I mean, I'm
or-
assuming she auditioned. I don't know. I
Interesting.
don't know how that all
Interesting.
works. See, I thought she was really good because she had the whole, like, she wanted to be with her baker, but then, you know, she was attracted to the royal life.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
anyone.
A prince for whatever. Never! That's a good part. She apparently saved Meryl Streep's life on set. She was on, I think it was David Letterman, and she was like, yeah, when we were filming the part in our cottage, and the Meryl Streep was, like, on a table, she, like, started to fall, and I, like, grabbed her. And, Emily Blunt was pregnant during this movie.
No.
That's why when she was pregnant, that was her actually pregnant.
Wait a
But how
second. How did they
hide
make
the
her
stomach
not
at the
pregnant?
beginning?
They were like, how'd they do that? Like, you know, strategic placing, and there's a good cow. There's a big cow in this movie. I hide behind the cow a
Literally?
lot, yeah. So,
I didn't even know that.
they're like, she's like,
Good
the
for
pregnant
them.
lady grabbed Meryl Streep instead of the director, or James,
Oh.
or I think someone else.
Come on, James.
Yeah, we're just kind of like talking, not really reviewing that at this. I don't know, it was really
It
good.
was really
all
good.
around.
It was good.
Is was
I
there
wanted to
anything
buy the
that
soundtrack,
anybody
by the way.
didn't like?
You said Johnny Depp's costume.
Oh yeah, Johnny Depp's costume could have been better.
There's that one part when they were singing, and they didn't sound good together.
Oh, the
Oh
You're Not
yeah.
Alone.
Yeah, at
You're
the
not
end.
alone. Anna Kendrick sang
I-
really high,
yeah.
which would have been good, but she was the only one, and it just
It was
would have
really
sounded.
They were trying to
noticeable, and it
harmonize it,
stuck
but it was
out.
too
Yeah.
far.
Yeah,
It was
and
too
she just
dramatic.
stuck out a little bit. And I
Yeah.
was like, and I noticed it, and I was distracted
Yeah,
me
same.
from the song.
I think the only thing I didn't like was in the Broadway musical, and I told you guys this, but like Rapunzel dies, and that's what causes the witch to be like last midnight.
But I think they played around it pretty
They did.
well.
It made sense, but it was a little. I don't know. It was a little
Yeah.
stretched for me. I was
Yeah.
like, it would have made more sense if Rapunzel had
Yeah.
died. They were
I
like,
mean,
who's to
I
blame?
can see
You are.
if
She's
you've
like, well, my
seen the
daughter
Broadway,
just
you'd be like,
died.
oh, well, this is cheap. But if you haven't seen the Broadway, then it like
yeah,
looks fine.
no, it worked, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, it wasn't
Yeah.
quite as.
If you know that Rapunzel could have
Intense
died,
grief
you
underneath.
probably would have. If you know that Rapunzel could have died, you probably would find it very not like kind of dramatic, like not as dramatic.
Yeah.
But if you don't know that Rapunzel could have died, then you're just like, oh, this is how it goes, and then it's
Yeah.
fine.
So that was the only thing I didn't like. But otherwise, music was fantastic. Acting was great. The design of like all the costumes and just the
Yeah.
cinematography of like, you know, in the beginning the woods was kind of bright, and
Yeah.
then when after the giant it was like dark and foggy and hazy, and I know it was like towards
Yeah.
like night too, but
Well, and everything was
Yeah.
broken and stuff. but
right,
they
and it was
did
just really cool. Like it was like
Yeah.
two distinct parts in the movie.
that. One part I did notice when they first went into the woods, like all of them. Like I know they were trying to get like everyone in the shot, but they were all really close together. And I'm like, how do you
Yeah.
not see Jack's cow now? Like he's literally right in front of you. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. That was kind
Yeah.
of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I would give it 4.5 out of 5 stars, just because I like to say 5 for like things that really blow me away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say it was good. I do. Wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be. I guess.
Really?
I don't know. Like when I came out, I was just like, it wasn't. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I like it.
I think
but-
the
Yeah.
lesson it had was really good. The whole
Oh,
like,
yeah, like,
you know, care what you wish for, your
Yeah.
children are listening.
don't get raped.
Which is kind of what fairy tales are
Right.
for.
Yes.
And don't go with the prince because they're only raised to be charming and not sincere.
yes.
It was nice to be
And they're not
charming.
very smart.
If
Yes.
she still wants Chris Pine, we'll always want Chris Pine.
I honestly thought the other prince was more attractive. Like the closer
Was
up
it
they
just
got
'cause
to
of the
Chris
clothes?
Pine's face, like
But
he
had
looked
that
as
leather
heavy.
jacket, and it just didn't work for him.
I thought he looked. Maybe
But,
it's just
I
because
mean,
I
in a
like my
fairy tale.
biker guys. So,
In a fairy tale.
but it
leather
said it was supposed to be a
jackets.
modern. Like in the trailer, it's like modern take on a fairy tale. So
Modern-ish. They had elements,
Yeah.
but also still
But
it was
I don't
obviously
know.
not placed in our time period.
the
They weren't-
jacket did.
They weren't
bug
tweeting,
me.
"Hey, I'm into the woods now."
What?
Selfie.
Yeah, it's not like modern, but
That would be
the jacket didn't bug
That'd be
me.
That's
Going into the woods. OMG, I just learned to have a curse on
What
my
is that?
house.
You can do a
Jack, where are
feeling
you?
thing on Facebook.
There are
Feeling
giants in
excited.
the sky. Hashtag kingdoms in the sky. Hashtag giants. Hashtag golden coins and eggs.
No, he wouldn't
Yeah.
say that because then people would go try to find the giant.
Oh, that's true.
But
Oh,
okay, so
yeah.
my
Selfie with a giant.
my underlying question. Oh, speaking of the giant though, I thought it was weird how they kind of like avoided her showing her face.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
it kind of
kinda
makes
liked it.
sense.
I don't know,
I
I
didn't
was
really want
like-
to see her face.
What does she look? I don't know.
I was kind of curious why. What? Because it wasn't like.
Yeah, I didn't.
They
really
couldn't show her
Yeah,
face.
it was the.
I
why
think it was
for me.
kind of to make it more like mysterious and gianty or whatever.
I guess so. I don't know. But my underlying question is, so based on like you guys not having a lot of knowledge of the musical and like you were confused about how the characters were all going to mesh together,
Right.
did that
Oh, yeah.
work for you?
Yeah.
Yes. I had no expectations. And I was like, how are they going to do this? Because I saw
Yeah.
one part of the trailer. And it was like Rapunzel, Red Riding Hood, Cinderella. I'm like, wait, is that even possible? So I thought it was
I thought it was really good also that like the Meryl Streep was like Mother Gothel as well as like the witch that like I don't know like they made her
Yeah,
out.
she
She had
had
like
a
two different
double
parts and like I don't know the cow had like multiple parts obviously like he was trying to get all these different things and oh come on in.
I have a question. There's
Yeah.
hot apple cider just to tell you.
Oh,
Okay.
we'll be right down.
One thing I actually didn't like
Boom! Back into business.
how they used the corn hair for hair like the silk that I
didn't
was
get
like
it.
I was
I
like
didn't get it.
really
I was really confused.
well, 'cause I guess
Yeah.
it's
Explain it to me, Molly. Tell me
Is
your
that
wisdom.
called corn hair or something?
no it's called silk.
I don't know. I didn't. know
Yeah,
that
I was
part.
like, they should have just done
I wasn't
something
aware of
where
all
she
that.
never touched Rapunzel's hair or
But then
something.
Rapunzel's hair would have never got cut. And Rapunzel would have never ran
Did
away.
you hear that there's apple cider?
Yeah. I don't know, I just didn't like that part. I was like, you should have done something else, like where you cut someone else's hair or something. I was just like, corn silk, like,
Deus ex machina, sort of. Which
Mm.
means like. Never mind. Never mind.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Overall, we really liked it. So great all around. Great acting, great music.
yeah, we can't say much for like comparing it to the Broadway, like
'Cause we
if
haven't
it was
seen
as
it.
good or something,
Halfway
because we
through.
haven't seen it. One thing I think that will be better, obviously, because it's a movie, is you're not limited to a stage.
Yeah, definitely. Like Jack's costume was awful.
In the
In the
daughter.
Broadway.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa,
Plus,
man.
he's just like too old
Okay.
for the part. I feel like, whereas
Yeah.
Jack in the movie, he looks like.
Cinderella
Like
was wearing
glasses. I was
glasses.
like, why am
As they're
Yeah,
all
I
wearing
noticed
glasses.
that too. I was like, what?
Glasses, girls.
I guess it kind of gives you the part where like you could be beautiful
You should just,
while wearing.
you should just become the glasses girls.
I'm kind of nervous in the Broadway that when she becomes like Cinderella for the ball, she's gonna take her glasses off and it's gonna
I
be
don't
like,
know.
what?
I don't
She's
remember.
gonna
I've
run
seen-
into a wall. She
Well,
can't
no,
see.
not that, but I'm afraid they're gonna be like glasses are ugly. Like if you're gonna make her have glasses, make her have glasses for the whole play. Not like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm a pretty princess now, I can't have glasses. So that's kind of stupid.
I say I can't be a pretty princess. Well, anyway, that's all we had to say.
Really, that's a tangent.
Yeah, that was a random tangent.
Like, go see it, and when you do, comment below and tell us what you thought.
Favorite part.
if you
Comment
have
your
seen
favorite part and
Comment
your
your
favorite,
favorite part.
song.
Who was your favorite?
Prince. Prince.
Who was your favorite
Yes,
actor?
vote between princes too.
Vote
Yeah,
between
Chris
princes.
Pine.
Who's your favorite actor?
I don't
Pine.
know what the other one is, but him.
Are you a fan of the Broadway musical? Tell us about the differences.
Yeah.
What you think.
What they
this
did
adaptation.
better in the
Because obviously
movie
we are
versus the play, and what they did better in the play
unqualified
versus the
to tell you about
movie.
that. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.